This is the Fantasy Alarm NBA DFS show with John Impemba and James Grande.
What is going on, FA Nation? John Impemba here with James Grande. Welcome into the Fantasy Alarm NBA DFS Playbook live show. We are looking at the Wednesday DraftKings 7-game main slate. Sir Grande, we have quite a bit of value on today's slate. We have a team that is, it feels too early to have this many injuries already. And yet the Indiana Pacers, as you put in our Discord earlier today, may have only 10 active bodies. We saw the Memphis Grizzlies already have to make a hardship signing. If you're playing on the FanDuel slate, you got Memphis over there as well with some value plays. The Lakers, obviously, with a bunch of value plays, missing players already. We're like 3-4 games. Some teams are playing their fit. Like it's insane that the NBA is already NBAing itself here. Not even a full week or two into the season.
Yeah, I don't know what the answer is either. Like, players are bigger, faster, stronger. They move too fast for their bodies to catch up. They do things too quickly, and everything, they pay price. Like, yes, Indiana. I mean, this isn't just this year. This is dating back, obviously, to the finals, right? Like, it just started with the Halliburton injury, and it just snowballed from then. Ben Mathurin could not have literally gotten off to a possible better start than what happened, and he's week to week. We don't even know when Obi Toppin's coming back. He was their best big man. Like, it's a nightmare. But yeah, I mean, it's just the kind of thing that we have grown used to in the NBA streets, and it's just something that we have to kind of navigate. As a head coach, I'm sure Chauncey in the chat has had to deal with that a bunch, like navigating injury reports and stuff. Sure. And like, he's even possibly let other people know what the injury reports were going to look like before they were out. So like, we all have to navigate the injury reports. Some of us have them, some of us don't, but sure. It's been a lot. It's going to continue to be a lot. And all I'll say is if you're new to DFS out there, it does not get any better from here. The more games that are played, the more injuries that eventually occur. So here's to, knocking on wood. I won't knock because my dogs will start going crazy. But here's to all of your and our lineups staying healthy for the rest of the year. Hopefully that is the case.
Yeah, for 100%. Hopefully the case here. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. I get a lot of comments in the comment section here. You guys can always throw them in there. We'll pop them up on the screen. If you guys are just saying hi, that's cool. If you got actual questions for us, we'll do that there as well. Des, what's up, man? Happy to have you in there. Chauncey, as we were saying, he's feeling taken down the slate. Faisal, how much to the Pacers is too many Pacers for tonight? We'll talk about that. We've played 4 and 5 in a team before when it's called for. And maybe tonight's that way. We'll see. Steve appreciates us. Faisal said as well. Pa Degen, playing some DFS hockey and baseball.
He is. Yeah, I will say, obviously we've all been around smokers. Po Degen is the most high all the time.
Seems that way.
I mean, it's literally, it's his name. I'm just saying. He's the one. He comes in and he puts the smoke emojis every time. So I'm just saying. I'm just reading what I'm seeing.
Sure. All right. Enough of you guys are in the chat. Let's get into the slate. From a game total perspective, we got a couple of them that are worth looking at. Atlanta, Brooklyn's 238.5. That one does have an 8.5 point spread with Atlanta a favorite. 238 total. Chicago, Sacramento. The Bulls are 5 points favorite at home. In that one as well. New Orleans, Denver. Denver's a 12.5 point home favorite, 239.5. Portland, Utah getting 3 at home, 235.5 total there. So plenty of games. Cleveland, Boston, even 234 total. Boston somehow only getting 3.5 points. Doesn't make any sense. So some very high scoring games, some low ownership, and some very chalky plays. So we'll get into all of that for you guys starting With your top overall plays, Jokic and AD are up over 10K. AD is your highest roster spend up for today. But looking at the point guard position, values where everybody seems to be going, but Josh Giddey is getting some love. No one's really playing Cade or Trae Young today. Both of them currently at least under 10%.
It's a really good value position. So I get it. It's really good. But like we said yesterday, I think any of the top 4 I'm fine with. I'd probably first and foremost look at Trae and Josh Giddey as options, but I think you could play any of the top 4. Trae once again leads the league in potential assists, coming off 17 last game. Hasn't even made shots again this year. And we know, not that he's an efficient scorer by any means, but we know that he does have efficient games, and those games result in GPP wins. Just what it is like that. Because
52 fantasy points, and he went 1 for 10 from 3.
I mean, dude, it's just it's just he just does have like a super high ceiling because the peripherals are, specifically the assists, are so good. And that spot is, I mean, dude, I wrote this in one of the Pick'em articles today. I was like dumbfounded at the Brooklyn Nets defensive rating. 131.2 is their defensive rating. Wow. That is, I know, but that is like, I'm without knowing.
You know who's on the floor for them. So
no, I know. Without like researching it, that probably would be the worst ever. If I had to guess, that would be the worst defensive rating ever.
I mean, it's pretty bad.
Like there's only one other team 120 or higher. That's how bad. That's how bad Brooklyn's been. So, like, if there was ever a spot for Trae to get going offensively, this would be the one. Giddey obviously has been great once again to start the year. The Bulls have just kind of been great. I mean, they've beaten 3 teams that are expected to be better than them in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah. I mean, you've been telling me all week, bet the Bulls against the Kings today. So,
well, I've been telling you bet the Bulls all week.
Anyways, but yeah.
But +5 or it's gone up. It was like 2.5 when I told you to bet it last night. It's now 5. So a little scarier. But yeah, Giddey looks quite good at 8,800. And I keep saying it to you. Obviously, there's something to be said about this Boston and Cleveland line. Like they're obviously giving Boston respect at home.
DraftKings has it at 4.5 now, so it moved up a point.
Chicago?
No, Boston
Cleveland. Okay. Obviously, still like enough respect is being shown to Boston because Derek White is not a 30% field goal shooter. Sure. Jalen has had one big game, 3 or 2 good games, and Pritchard has been solid.
Yeah.
Obviously the front court's the issue, but we know that this team's still the foundation of it, and they're like perimeter options.
They have 4 guys, maybe 3.5 guys that could go out and drop 30.
Yeah.
Right.
So if Simons is the half, you can count him.
No, I was going to count Pritchard as the half. I think Simons is probably more of a more likely to actually pop for scoring.
Just pure buckets.
Pure buckets, yeah. So I mean, they do have they did. That's how they beat the Pelicans, right? Simons scored 25 off the bench. Pelicans obviously missed all their shots, but Derek White had a bad game. Jaylen Brown was okay, but Anthony Simons went out there and just knocked down bucket after bucket, and there was no answer for that, right? So the Celtics can always shoot themselves into games for sure. Yes. This is just a step up. This is the best team they faced all season, and they've lost 3 of them so far. So
it's not the worst time to get Cleveland though, because they're down 3 starters, right? Garland, Merrill, Strus.
Yeah,
so not the worst time to run into them.
No, but that's also their. I guess Garland's their 3. Right? Yeah, Mobley, Mitchell, Garland 3, Allen 4. It's probably how you'd rank that. I'd put Hunter probably ahead of Merrill, truthfully, in terms of value to the team. But I mean,
he's been good. Undeniably, I think Merrill's been better this year.
Sure.
Just with how well he shot. I mean, he's just shot Hunter started the year hurt, so it's not fair to him. But I'm just saying.
No, you're not wrong. Derek White could go out there, and again, it's a tie total. Boston is home for the first time. They had back-to-back road games, so now they're home here. So, certainly could make it competitively. I've obviously bet that they won't. So we'll see how that plays out here. Murray, this is a 12.5-point spread. It is a 238 total. We've obviously talked about how in that blowout against Phoenix that they won by 22. He still played 32 minutes and had 40 fantasy points. So, you're very capable of still getting to Jamal Murray if you want to in these spots. We've seen Nikola Jokic get triple doubles by halftime, very live to pay off his price tag as well. It's just, if Zion doesn't play, you give them very little chance to be any sort of competitive against Denver, even with Denver's last year times of struggling against worse opponents. I would just be surprised if that continued here.
Yeah, it's fair because also last year, like this wasn't the version of Jamal Murray that we were getting nightly.
Yeah.
Like this version of Jamal Murray is like why they won the finals. Now I understand they have the best player in the world, but like when Jamal Murray is this good, they are as good as anybody else.
Yeah. The biggest mistake I made the other day when I was texting you on my live betting, I'm like, dude, I don't know why they're just giving me all these Jokic rebound props at plus money. At one point, it was Jamal Murray to score like over like 3.5 points in the fourth quarter. I didn't take it. I was like, dude, of course. And he just went down and hit like 3 straight layups. I'm like, yeah, that was the easiest bet that I didn't make.
Yeah, he's been he actually leads their team in usage this year. And that's not surprising, I guess, if you look at the way that Jokic has kind of started the year. He played a game the other day where he didn't shoot until 3 minutes left in the second quarter.
Yeah.
Nikola Jokic did that, like the best player on the planet. But Murray has a 31% usage rate. Like that's 8% higher than Nikola Jokic. That's 8% higher than Aaron Gordon. Like it's Jamal Murray.
And realistically, if you look at their starting lineup, outside of Jamal Murray, who you trust will score the basketball, I mean, yes. Aaron Gordon comes and goes.
Yep.
Cam Jay's hurt again, but Tim Hardaway again, streaky shooter. Brown, not known for scoring, more of a kind of a fill it all guy. Murray could just be the one that goes out there and drops 35 actual in a blowout because that's how they blow teams out. It's Jamal Murray going out there and scoring. So
and you know what the best part about playing someone like Jamal Murray, and this is what you learn when you talk like rotations and stuff, the blowout won't hurt Murray as much as it hurts Jokic because he's the early sub in each first half and second half, right? So Murray will early sub, come back in for that late third, early fourth run.
Yeah.
If that game's a blowout, at least we know Jamal Murray's getting his fourth quarter run and then he's subbing out. So if that game could stay competitive, I would be in on everything Denver. I've told you my strategy last year kind of shifted. I'm gonna have a hard time not playing Denver even if Zion doesn't play because I have trained myself to just not believe in the blowout.
Not believe in the blowout. Yeah, it's
they're fair. NBA players, dude. Like the Pelicans are. If Jeremiah Fears plays anything like he did the first 2 games, who's to say he doesn't have 25 actual points tonight?
Sure.
I'm just saying, like it's. At the end of the day, they're in the NBA, and we've seen Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole beat the Nuggets twice last year. Just never forget that.
There's enough value on the slate that people are getting the Joker. Yes. So I mean, it just you kind of play that as an option for you tonight, anyways. Keontae George would probably be the next spot I would go to. We've hyped him up a lot going into the season. Obviously, he came out of that Clippers game 16-9. Followed it up with back-to-back double-doubles against Sacramento and Phoenix, now home versus Portland as an underdog tonight. Again, another guy that's not really shooting the ball efficiently, but if everybody else around that team is going to score the way they are with Lauri Markkanen, Walker Kessler's being really good around the rim, and then George himself, the upside for him at $6,700 is pretty great.
Dude, I just retweeted a video of him right before we went on air, basically talking about how his locker's next to Kevin Love's. and how the way that Kevin Love is very open about like mental health and stuff and all like the sports psychology now that he's seeking, and it's like helped him. And it sounds like a mature basketball player. And I've said it to you all year, like so far, like adults in the room, right? Like it makes a difference sometimes. He just looks like a better basketball player. You know, the true shooting, 56%. I mean, 28% usage is right behind Lauri Markkanen. Over 1.1 fantasy points per minute on DraftKings this year. He's played the second most minutes for Utah. There's a lot to like. Point guard, shooting guard eligibility. It's a lot to like here about Keontae George. And shout out Drew Holiday on the opposite side of this matchup.
Sure.
Also a lot to like there because Drew Holiday has been an absolute dog. And you kind of brought up the good point the other day about like, he never once in the last couple of years was ever considered probably the first or a second option offensive.
I'm trying to think of when the last time he was considered it was probably what, New Orleans?
Nope, Milwaukee. Well, probably on nights where like Middleton didn't play.
Yeah, sure. But I'm just saying like, yeah, when guys are out, but I'm saying like the last time he was legitimately considered a top 2 is probably New Orleans, right?
Yeah, probably New Orleans. Yeah.
You know, since then he's kind of just played third fiddle, facilitator, more of like a defensive first point guard, right? And not asked to score. And now he goes to a team with Portland where they don't, they have shooters, but they don't have like the ball's in his hands, like he's the guy running the offense and obviously taking the shots. 10 of 15, 7 of 14, 5 of 12, 5 of 15. The 3-point shootings been really good, filling out the stat sheet, not just with the assists, but look at the rebound numbers you're getting out of him as well. And he like closed out that Lakers game. Like I was watching that game. And he was going down like possession, just doing whatever he wanted in that one. So now he has Utah on the other side. They're not a good defensive team. So, Drew Holiday, get him while he's healthy, right? Like he's older. The legs are currently fresh. He had to deal with injuries in Boston at times where they were limiting him. That's not the case right now. And this is a guy that's also playing to be traded in a few months. He doesn't want to stay in Portland. He wants to go play for a contender.
Houston.
So.
I said Derek White's the perfect Houston Rocket. If it's not Derek White, it's Drew Holiday, right?
Drew Holiday for sure, right?
Not Derek White. Of course, it's Drew Holiday.
I mean, you could trade Derek White too. I don't care. We're tanking for Cam Boozer, so
sure.
All right. Cooper Flag is just there again. He could go off. It's Pacers. They don't have anybody playing, but price tag $6,600.
Yep.
Trey Jones, I think, was the next one we got to on the show. $5,800 for him. Again, guy's been elite, high total, high pace, back-to-back 40-plus fantasy point games. As long as they're still down Kobe White, he's going to be on the floor.
Can confirm still down Kobe White.
Yeah. Nothing more.
No, I mean, he's a great play.
Okay. Anything else? Point guard for you?
Yeah, I was going to say D'Lo at 53.
Okay. Would you play D'Lo, though, knowing that 40% of the field is just playing Russell Westbrook tonight?
I mean, 20% of the field is playing D'Lo.
Yeah.
You could also play them both. D'Lo has shooting guard eligibility. I think they're both great values. It just depends on what your look. Like Westbrook is just what he is. It is a very, very good play. Without Nick Clifford this year, 24% usage is second on the team. That's a higher usage rate than Dennis Schroeder, Malik Monk, DeMar DeRozan. 1.1 fantasy points per minute is second on the team, higher than everyone on the team. 1.1 fantasy points per minute without Nick Clifford. That leads the team. That is higher than DeMontis Sabonis, Levine, Schroeder, Monk, DDR, this super team that the Kings have apparently assembled. Russell Westbrook, ladies and gentlemen, lead them in fantasy points per minute. So why would you not? I'm not saying, like, is he going to start? I don't know. He started yesterday, played well. Is he going to come off the bench? I don't know if it matters. He played 27 minutes off the bench 2 games ago, right? It's just kind of, I think they're just going to play Russ. So, yeah, 4,500 makes a ton of sense. But I don't think it has to be like Russ or D'Lo, because I think you could play them both. Mm-hmm. D'Lo has been pretty good in the last 2 games. The shot making hasn't necessarily been too good. That obviously we could use a little bit more, But it does not hurt D'Lo that they're without who they're without, right? Derek Lively, Daniel Gafford. Both those guys listed doubtful. We're going to see the Anthony Davis starting lineup again. Most likely is Max Christie in the starting lineup. But is there a case to be made that we could? I think they still start Clay. I don't think it matters if Clay starts or not ultimately, because I just think D'Lo at this point is going to play more because they need more ball handling, especially now Cooper Flagg's dealing with what he's dealing with, and he hasn't been very good at playing point guard because he's just in an impossible situation. So just putting more ball handling on the floor. And let's not forget, D'Angelo Russell this year, 1.1 fantasy points per minute. As much of a headache as he is, clearly, and everywhere he goes, people want him to go elsewhere. He's a good fantasy player at 5,300 that you could play at point guard or shooting guard. So
aided a little bit, obviously, at 45 and 29 minutes against Toronto, but to the sort of the point of the matchup, right? Like, he shot very poorly versus a tough Thunder defense. This isn't going to be that tonight, right? So if you get a good matchup and he's going to take 14 shots, he might be better than 1 of 8 from 3. He might be better than 2 of 7 from 3, like he was, against Toronto. And the scoring ceiling could definitely be there. Other value plays, again, everybody's kind of going a little bit further down. Where's Dennis here? $3,800. 27 minutes for him, 28 before that, 18 and 31 fantasy points. Again, a guy that should just be on the floor a ton tonight. Do you like him any more than the rest of the value, I guess, that Indiana's going to put on the floor?
I mean, yeah, he's fine. Like, I don't know if he starts, but I don't think it matters.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're going to do. They have 10 players. One of them's Mac McClung. He was just signed off the street. 3 of them are centers. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say that the other ones are all forwards.
So. I would think that they still start Ben Shepherd, and they do Shepherd, Nesmith, Siakam, one of the bigs, and then probably Jarris Walker. Or they do double big like they did last game and they go like Jay Huff and Tony Bradley or something. But it didn't really matter because, again, they had so few guys last time out. I mean, Quentin Jackson is coming off a hamstring injury and only played 10 minutes last game. So seems like there's some limitations with what they want to push Jackson. So that just pushes more on Ray J. Dennis. I have no objection to $3,800 Dennis. And yes, Warren, we just talked pretty extensively about Westbrook.
Yep. Can rewind that.
Turn your sound on.
You can rewind that one. Sean asked about Colin Gillespie. It's FanDuel play. It's not on the DraftKings slate tonight, Sean, but not a bad spot if no green. I like him. And if you're playing, if you're over in the Battle Royal streets tonight, maybe worth a 0% rostered draft in a snake draft. Last pick, maybe some Colin Gillespie. Anything else at point guard for you?
I think something maybe to monitor. What Cleveland does in their starting lineup.
Sure,
I would guess Jalen Tyson, could be Lonzo. What do the Pelicans do if Zion sits? I'd have a hard time believing Jeremiah Fear starts again after how badly he played. Could even be our boy Jose Alvarado getting a start after being dusted off last time out, right? So
I don't know if they would just abandon Fears, by the way.
Not abandon, just not start.
Sure. I mean, none of them shot well. So it's not like he was the only one that struggled in that game.
Sure.
And he did take 11 shots. So, I mean, I don't know. If you're going to be a bad basketball team, would you rather let your lottery pick figure it out or, send them back to the bench to play 20 minutes?
They have to win. They can't just you have to let them play and be like, hey, look at my lottery picks that I have. But also you need to win as many games because they don't have anything to draft next year.
Well, sure. I mean, they don't have to win just because they don't have the draft pick. I mean, obviously they have no incentive to lose, but you also need to see if Fears can help you win there. Warren says, any Craig Porter respect?
Yeah, he's fine. I mean, again, it probably helps Porter's case if Lonzo starts, but I don't think it ultimately matters. They're okay playing. They're okay with both of them.
DePrince says, what about let him know? We did get to let him know already. Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah. He's not a point guard here.
Not a point guard, though. We will go to shooting guard here, though. He is in the lineup. Coming off some huge games, 3 games of 30-plus actual points scored already this season. The peripheral stats obviously leave you a little bit to be desired, but if you're going to get that kind of volume scoring out of him, I think it's great. I wrote him up in the playbook, obviously. The Cavs are the cover of my playbook today. I just am very bullish on Cleveland against Boston for a lot of good reasons here. Everything I told you to do with Jalen Brunson on Friday when he had his 30-point whatever against Boston, Donovan Mitchell's very likely to do the same. There's no rim protection in Boston. And the centers they do put on the floor, very foul happy. So, like, there's a really good chance you get elite free throw numbers out of Donovan Mitchell, who you see the free throw numbers there on the page, 8, 8, and 12 attempts the last 3 games. You know, there's going to be a lot of opportunities for Mitchell to score the basketball. He'll have Derek White, I guess, defending him, but like that's it. That's all they have. They don't really have like great defensive, players anymore. Hugo Gonzalez, they gonna put him on the floor for 20 minutes. I mean, I'm pretty good with a low roster Donnie Mitch today if you want to go that route.
Speaking of free throws, John, I just wanted to shut down your BS claims about SGA being a free throw merchant. Did you know that all 13 players last year that shot 20 free throws in a game, 0 were Shai Gilgeous-Alexander?
Okay.
I don't want to hear it anymore. Thank you. That was
doesn't
all I
take
wanted
away
to say.
from the fact that he takes more free throws than anybody just because he didn't have.
Not true. It's not true. It's not true.
It's up there. All right, where else are we going then? Obviously, there's no like high rostered. It's all the kind of the guys you talked about already. Cam Thomas, I guess, is getting some love. You were a little iffy on that when I brought him up on the preview show.
I mean, I'm just iffy on Cam Thomas, the player, but like I am also aware that he has a very high ceiling.
Okay.
I'm never going to like
Donovan Mitchell now questionable with a hamstring. Unbelievable.
No shot.
Yep.
Who leaked it to the books?
Dude, how does this happen to me all the time?
Who leaked it to the books? Why? How did he said 4.5? I mean,
dude, unbelievable.
You got to stop betting these. You got to stop betting these early.
I got to start waiting until tip, I guess.
You cannot bet these numbers. You cannot bet these numbers early anymore.
Unbelievable. So, all right. Well, Doc Craig Porter earlier.
We're about to like a lot of.
I mean, Evan Mobley's about to shoot up the ownership.
I'm glad it's ownership and nothing else. There's a lot to like here about Cleveland. Ball, Porter. We'll talk at small forward, a really, really good player. But yeah, I mean, Craig
gave us to let him know what happened. He hurt his hamstring in the shoot around.
Well, that's a good point. Also, do we trust to let him know? Is this the first time to let him know is going to let us down?
I don't know. I mean, he tweeted, "Let him know."
Yeah, I mean, I have to assume he's playing because he
tweeted it out. But what if they were doing the shoot around and he just slipped on the floor and like pulled his hamstring?
Let's see if we have any thing from Atkinson about what happened.
I can't believe that he's questionable.
So I don't see anything from Kenny Atkinson here. So that is just the 5:30 report. So they release the injury report at 5 every hour.
Yeah. He did tweet, "Let him know," though. So like,
no, he's playing until he's not.
But
obviously, he's playing until he's not. Obviously,
yeah.
We have had 100% success rate on the let him know. This could, like you said, they let him know into could he have slipped on a banana peel or could he have hit his head on he has a hamstring injury. Did he slip?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
There is nothing.
But
there is nothing from the Cavs and Kenny Atkinson.
We will at least know because it's a 7:00 lock for this game. So we will get the official update on Mitchell before we have to set our lineups. But this would make DeAndre Hunter super popular tonight.
Yes. Craig Porter, to Warren's point, would be a must play because they are not playing Lonzo like
They played him 23 minutes the other day, right? So
that is like I think I tweaked our projections and put him at like 24 with the Merrill injury.
Mhm.
Craig Porter is playing a lot in that equation. And we're obviously going to get to Hunter in a second and Mobley and Jared Allen. But yeah, I mean, Craig Porter looks great if there's no Donovan Mitchell. I think Lonzo does look good. It's just, it doesn't feel like the minutes are going to go up. I mean, they had talked about it in the preseason that Lonzo's minutes were going to be capped around 20 and he was going to play back-to-backs. And both those things have been true so far. So unless they change their tune on Lonzo, he looks fine. Craig Porter's the better play of the two. Hunter's Jalen Tyson and DeAndre Hunter, I think both would look great because you're going to get more Tyson in multiple wing rotation spots. And then obviously like Hunter's just going to dominate the basketball because, you know, for as much as we like Evan Mobley, DeAndre Hunter is the better.
I was just about to say, DeAndre Hunter is the most likely to drop 30 actual of the group.
And this is all obviously contingent on Donovan Mitchell sitting, which we just got word. Like that just happened
1 hour ago. He said, let him know. And now all of a sudden he is questionable. So we'll have to monitor that. Like I said, nobody else is like talking about this. It's just the injury report that got released.
Just the NBA injury report.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
That's it.
All right. Heartbreaker. If that ends up being true. Keontae George, who we talked about, is getting some ownership. Peyton Pritchard's actually getting some love tonight. $6,600.
Yeah, he's easy to get to. We didn't mention Trey Murphy, but I'll put on the clown mask again and go back to the well if Zion's not in. Because like if you're playing Jokic or Murray, you're hoping the game doesn't blow out, right? You're assuming it doesn't. How is it not going to? This guy.
I mean, he played 34 minutes and a 30-point loss, so I don't even think the blowouts matter.
That's also true.
And I have a lot of him in best ball, so I would hope he would shoot better. Let's go around.
Steve, that question is only matters if Donovan Mitchell is out.
It's Dennis until we hear a word that Mitchell's not playing.
Yes.
Again, Anthony Simons feels a little too expensive, but he did have a ceiling game for him. 32 minutes, 25 points. He's going to play. He's going to be in those closing lineups for Boston. So the minutes I feel pretty confident in. Russell, as we talked about, getting ownership.
Hamstring tightness is officially the Donovan Mitchell. It just popped up per Chris Fedor of the Cavs beat writer.
All right, well, stretch it out, man. You know, throw some icy hot on that. Get the rolling pin going. Like
hamstring tightness, not a good one.
Not a good one.
Not a good one to have late in the day.
All right. Heartbreaker. Probably good for my Evan Mobley double bet that I made earlier today.
That was probably going to happen.
That was probably going to happen regardless, but it probably feels a little bit better now than it did before.
We had a NAW question from Hidden Darts.
Yeah, he's got 6% tonight ownership, but you highlighted that he still got minutes even with everybody active the other day.
Yeah, I mean, everybody active, he's closed over Ricochet. He's fine. Like, if you were to ask me D'Angelo Russell or NAW, I'd probably go Russell. But NAW has better... The ownership's obviously lower, and he has better eligibility.
Yeah, the chalky value plays are Ben Shepherd, Max Christie, and Tyrese Martin. Actually, are all getting some love. Martin and Christie are 15% and 17%. Shepherd's 18%.
Yeah, it's so gross. We just don't need it. It just doesn't feel necessary. Like Shepherd's fine because we know he's going to play the minutes. We have no idea what Tyrese Martin's minutes are going to be on a night-to-night basis. We have no idea what Brooklyn's minutes are going to be in general. And then Christie, yeah, I mean, Christie's just low floor, but he did play a bunch of minutes in the starting lineup. And he's played a bunch of minutes, to be fair. Like, Jason Kidd obviously likes him a lot. Yeah. I think that's all gross. I'd only give, I give Anthony Black a shout at 4K.
Over Ben Shepherd?
Just I think Anthony Black does more. He's had a 20+% usage rate so far this year. I like that number for him. He just hasn't really been that guy so far, but he has at least throughout his career until this year. If Keon Ellis plays, I'd be okay with him. He played a boatload of minutes off the bench last night, but like, boy, anything Brooklyn related is so hard to get to. Like people are playing Tyrese Martin for what? I get that Zaire Williams is out, but dude, they have like 9 guys play 20 to 25 minutes. Yeah. Like, no shot I would trust Brooklyn at all.
Yeah. And if Mitchell gets ruled out, Alonzo probably pops a little bit more than like Shepard and all those guys, right? So
yeah, I'll just say unless we hear from Atkinson about the minutes rising, I would just assume that's what they're going to be for Lonzo.
Small forward, again, a spot where no one's spending up. Laurie is 10%. PJ Washington's 25%. Again, I mean, like if there's no Donovan Mitchell and Boston plays a more competitive, Jaylen Brown is absolutely in play here. Didn't need to extend them. The hamstring, we know they're kind of monitoring. They blew out New Orleans. They only played him 24 minutes. 35, 35, 36 the 3 games prior at 55 fantasy points against Detroit. So Jaylen Brown's good to go, hairline and all. Are
we sure? Have we seen pictures of him
yet?
I
haven't seen it yet, no.
Dude, he's been really good. Really efficient scoring too. He's like 50% on shooting on the year. I mean,
yeah, what's his usage rate? Probably to like 35%.
We knew this was coming. I have it written down. 34.3. Almost 1.2 fantasy points per minute on DraftKings. Like he's just a very good basketball player who is the number one option on a hashtag bad team. So yeah, and let's not forget the 41 came against Asar Thompson, who is could be all defense this year. So
yeah, they had the one thing that Jaylen Brown's really good at is doing this like free throw jumper.
Very
and
good.
at will. He was just dribbling off the pick, pulling up the free throw line, bucket. Like it just really money.
He has the good pump, and at that jumper, he always has that he has a really good pump fake that always gets the defender's timing off, and he's just always taking
and he's explosive to the rim too. Like
and he's just very skilled.
He's a bad free throw shooter. That's kind of the other knock on him here. But Laurie, I mean, 77 fantasy points, overtime aided, but he was dominant in that game ahead of it, and he's gone for 33 in 36 minutes against Sacramento the game before that. It's again a really good spot. I love seeing the 14 rebounds. Like keep those coming. Don't just give us empty points. Don't give us 33 points and 41 fantasy points. Let's pump these up.
Yeah, I cannot predict. I feel like this has been an ever-going conversation. Never know when he's going to be good peripherally or not. Yeah. It's like very game to game. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Levine, Wagner, Thompson are all fine. Again, I think Levine's really obviously great at scoring the basketball. Westbrook now being there obviously absorbs a lot of any potential secondary stats that he was possibly going to accumulate, which he wasn't doing much of anyways. But you're now basically strictly points for Levine. If Asor's getting Paolo, maybe it's a Wagner day. I mean, he's been really good in 3 of the 4 games so far.
Yeah, hard to predict, but I would be okay with Wagner.
Washington's your chalk because again, even at 6K, he's still underpriced.
Yeah, he's good. He's really good.
And again, what's his matchup today? Neesmith, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, Indy has 10 players. It could be anybody that has a pulse in a Pacers jersey on.
Yeah,
it could be AI Mac McClung. I don't know if you saw that today, but it's.
Are you surprised that Neesmith is only 13%? Like a guy that could have to play 42 minutes tonight?
Dude, I think it's really interesting because I get it because you don't think of Aaron Neesmith as high usage guy.
Yeah.
Kind of has to be.
Has to be. That's what I wrote up in the playbook.
Indiana is a fascinating team because, all their value guys are getting ownership. Pascal, rightfully so, is getting ownership. But Aaron Neesmith is one of their normal 5 starters, and he's the one not getting ownership. I think we just kind of have to adjust our thoughts behind him. I don't know if Aaron Neesmith takes 25 shots tonight, but he took 17 last game. If Aaron Neesmith took 20 shots tonight with the team that they have, would that be shocking? If you told me Aaron Neesmith was taking 20 shots tonight at 13% rostered, I'd have no issues clicking his name.
And he's had 2 games this year of 7 and 8 rebounds too. So contributing outside of it. And we know him as a defensive player. He's only giving you one block, right? Yeah. So you maybe add in those with the extra playing time. He's shooting from 3 really well. Pulling up his usage from that last game there on the 26th. Let's see. He had a 20% usage rate. Siakam was 35, 20%. And that included, obviously, Toppin was at the time playing. Take Obi off the floor there. Still around 20% for him. So I like it. I don't mind it for 55. More people are playing Jarice Walker because he's cheaper.
Yep.
At $4,500. Is there anybody? Well, I guess DeAndre Hunter would be the guy that pops here now.
Yeah, I think Hunter's in play anyways. But I think Hunter's in play regardless of situation. Without Sam Merrill this year, it's been really small sample. 48% usage rate for DeAndre Hunter. Again, super small sample. It's 14 minutes, but 48% usage without Merrill because he is just offensively gifted. We saw it last year. He was scoring 20 points a game off the Atlanta Hawks bench. So, I think DeAndre Hunter with or without Donovan Mitchell is a good play. Without Donovan Mitchell, he'll be one of the highest roster players of the slate. I guarantee if Mitchell's ruled out, Neesmith's ownership goes in the crapper, John, because they're just all.
Well, he's only getting 13% right now. You mean?
No, I know it's going, but anything that Neesmith had is going to just be absorbed by a small forward only DeAndre Hunter, who's cheaper. Now without Donovan Mitchell, I would probably just play them both. But Hunter would look amazing. Looks good already, but would be amazing without Donovan Mitchell.
So the Donovan Mitchell injury news moved the line 2 points. It's now Cleveland minus 2.5. So,
yeah, I mean, it's a really late. It's a really late. The Evan Dammarell of Newsweek. He is a beat writer for the Cavs. This Mitchell injury suddenly popping up approximately 90 minutes before game time. It's not the most promising turn of events.
It's not. Absolutely not. Casey said, do you think Dennis gets run? Yeah, we're anticipating 30 minutes or more.
Yeah, probably 30.
Probably.
Maybe not because Quinn Jackson. I'm just saying, Quinn Jackson was returning from a hamstring and he was playing ahead of him in the preseason. So I would say 30, but within the range of outcomes.
Within the range of outcomes. You mentioned Jalen Tyson. He could definitely be a guy that starts at $4,000. Yes. And then I did put Josh Minot in the line in the playbook today. Played 28 minutes. He started. You kind of talked about it. Missoula likes him. He had a really good preseason. They are desperate to find anybody willing to play.
Yeah.
And this dude was all over the floor. He literally showed up and just gave max effort. 15-9, block, a steal. Played well. So I would imagine they're just going to give him some more run. If he starts again, though, if he doesn't start, you're not going to touch him. But if he's in the lineup, you can give him a look. Anything else here for you?
No, I would just. I think Jarice Walker is definitely live to start this game, just for what it's worth. Sure. We don't know what their starting lineup's going to be. He hasn't shot the ball yet, but he's really good peripherally, and he obviously he was the 5th overall pick or 7th overall pick a couple years ago, and then just kind of got buried because they traded for Pascal.
Let's see. If THJ starts, I would play him at 39.
Yeah, it'd be okay.
That's all I got, though. Power forward. 80 is your truck spend up. It is he and Jokic both around 25, 26%. Obviously, an elite matchup against Indiana.
Yeah.
He's been really good in tougher matchups. There's enough value that you can get to him pretty comfortably here. I was already playing Evan Mobley. If Donovan Mitchell gets ruled out, I would play him even more, I guess. I don't know.
Play him even more.
Can't play him more than I've got him in 100% of my lineups, but I would figure out a way to get him in 110.
You're just playing an extra $5 somewhere just to,
figure it. Yeah, again,
take home the point.
Want to play ways to get Evan Mobley in my lineup today. It just feels like an absolute smash spot for him.
Yeah, it just for what it's worth, sometimes he just doesn't care about scoring.
I think they're going to need him to if there's no No, Donovan Mitchell.
Just saying.
He's got a 35% usage rate with Mitchell off the floor this year.
No, I'm playing him. I'm just ready for 8 shots going into the fourth quarter and ready to pull my hair out.
Okay. Hopefully more free throws.
Hopefully more free throws. Yes.
All right. So Denny, Banchero, Siakam. Siakam's the chalk play of that group.
I mean, he should be. He just should be. It just kind of is what it is. I wrote in the pick'ems today. He leads the Pacers in this year in usage, assists, rebounds. He's second in scoring. He leads them in potential assists. He leads them in potential rebounds. He just dominates the basketball for this team in every facet. And he was this player in Toronto when he got to be this player in Toronto, like when they gave him the keys. But he's even better now. So, he's just a very good basketball player that has the keys to the literal castle. I mean, it is Pascal and friends tonight. So yes, I am all in on Pascal Siakam, chalk monster or not. I was hoping they wouldn't. I was hoping the field wouldn't play him. But they are smart. So yes, I would
get a lot of Pascal.
Get a lot of Siakam. Yeah, sorry, I was reading the Prince's question. Yes, I would play Westbrook over Dennis, barring Westbrook starting.
Okay. Jalen Johnson, obviously a play we like as well at $8,200. I don't mind DDR scoring wise. He's fine.
Terrible usage rate.
Yeah,
this year 19%.
That is not good. Matis is 56.
Yeah, it's okay. Good, very, very solid basketball player who's going to have super high ceiling games because
he's the fourth highest play. It's Walker, Siakam to AD, and Bazulis.
Yeah, he's too cheap at the end of the day. He's probably should just settle into the 6K range. I would before, because I think Bazulis is fine. Michael Porter is another one that I would just give a slight hat tip to. Obviously can score the basketball in bunches.
Yeah. Any other standout plays here from a value or just ownership perspective? Jay Huff, his dual positional eligibility is around 18% tonight. Super free, $3,300.
Yeah, it's just hard to know what the minutes are going to be. Not that I think he's a bad player. I think he's given us reason in every time he played for Memphis to believe that he's a good fantasy player, but the one thing Indiana has a plethora of is big men. That's not where they're lacking. So I'll probably pass, but I get it in large field stuff. I get it.
Your highest rostered center is Tony Bradley. You can just stay at the value and we'll work our way back up here. Tony Bradley's 35.
I mean, dude, he closed for them. He's kind of been their best center. So much okay, we can cut ties with James Wiseman. He doesn't fit here. Isaiah Jackson has no idea what he's doing on the floor, and they hate playing Jay Huff. So just kind of by default, John, Isaiah Jackson, in 2 of the 3 games he's played, 8 minutes, 4 fouls, 15 minutes, 5 fouls.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't know what's going on out there. He is just hacking. Tony Bradley is just the most reliable option. This is obviously a game where they're going to need size with Anthony Davis on the flip side. So it just makes a ton of sense to play Tony Bradley. Just flat out, it makes a lot of sense. I don't know if he's going to start. I could see them starting him. I could see them bringing him off the bench. Either way, I think he plays more than Huff. I think he plays more than Jackson. And yes, Warren, I think that is honestly, we're talking about an Achilles, right? We're talking about an Achilles and we're talking about Anthony Davis. Probably the 2 worst things combined other than Nico Harrison.
Any sort of tweak or soreness, that guy is in the locker room.
Yeah. Is it worse than Nico and Luka? Achilles and what would you pick? Achilles and AD or Nico and Luka?
Nico and Luka.
Just because Luka.
Joker's your other highest play. He's got the same ownership as Tony Bradley. Obviously, we don't need to go into why this man is good.
He's not shooting. He doesn't care to shoot the basketball.
9 of 10, 5 of 8, 8 of 23 on opening night.
Well, the 13-3, someone must have told him, like, dude, what are you
Don't
doing?
do that. Yeah,
He's like, all right. He's like, you know what? When I pass, I'm much better.
I've been
win every game.
I've been Team Vuk all season.
You have 100% been team
17-9 the last game against Atlanta, 28-14 and 2 in opening night. Down game against Orlando, 15-8, but would expect him in a good spot here today. He is also getting some love from an ownership perspective. And then we talked Walker Kessler, right? Like all last year, we just begged for this guy to get minutes and they would play him like 20 to 25. Now he's getting 29, 30, and 35. Bad game in their blowout loss again, or not blowout loss, but just a bad game against Sacramento. Really good against the Clippers and Phoenix there. So I like him.
Yeah, I think both the guys you just mentioned are very appealing. They're both over 1.3 fantasy points per minute. I would trust Vooch a little bit more, despite the fact that I want him traded from the team. Doesn't mean I think that he's not. And you know what's I think Vooch, why I would give Vooch probably a little bit of a lean. And now Kessler has the edge in price, obviously. He's $1,700 cheaper. The Bulls kind of cut Jalen Smith out of their rotation last game because he's been bad. And they kind of extended Vooch and they played a little bit of small ball lineup. So it is just kind of worth mentioning Vooch is just going to continue to see extended minutes, like 33 and 34 in 2 of the 3 games. I could see that even expanding here against Sabonis, knowing that Sabonis is what he is. And I don't know if you want to do small ball against Sabonis, only because Domantas Sabonis is averaging 30 potential rebounds a game. And so, like, you do need a big on the floor. So I think Vooch is in. This is going to be the most minutes he plays all year, barring foul trouble. So I like both those guys you mentioned. I'll also hat tip to Kristaps Porzingis, who is healthy, right? He's not on the injury report. That is a great sign, obviously. He is the highest usage rate on the team. He has shot the lights out of the ball. And this was like preseason Porzingis too. I can't imagine he's having no fun playing with Trae Young. I mean, I'm sure.
Do you think that he plays enough minutes? I mean, he's playing well anyways. Do you think he cracks the 26 minutes? Or do we think they're just kind of keep him in that range because it's game 3 of the season for him?
I think that the first game was blowout aided, 26 minutes. They got boat raced, and then 26 minutes coming off the illness. And then he's not listed on the injury report. So my guess would be you could see him get 30 here.
Okay.
And he's been super elite when on the floor.
Jared Allen's averaging 1.1 fantasy points per minute without Donovan Mitchell if he goes that route. 2 games already of 20 actual points. Again, Celtics are the worst rebounding team in the NBA. So there's going to be opportunities for him to grab boards, potentially get a double here.
Why isn't he playing, though? Don't. Last game was fine. Sure. It was a blowout. Why isn't he playing?
I mean, we talked. They have rotations, but if they're down more men, like there's less opportunities to rotate him off the floor.
Is that true? If it's the front court,
I mean, they're down wings. I mean,
they're not down. Larry Nance is still there.
Sure.
Like that's not changing. Donovan Mitchell doesn't. Dean Wade's still there.
I'm just saying, I think they're going to be shortening their rotations a bit. I wouldn't be surprised if he's on the floor.
Okay.
Wouldn't shock me. Either way, he's still been good, even if he plays 26, 27 minutes. I'm not too worried about it. Anything else in this range for you?
I actually don't hate Nemus from like a fantasy point per minute.
They need a body. I mean, they need bigs.
I really don't hate Nemus Queta. He just needs to obviously not foul out, which is very much on the table.
Fouled out the first game, you know.
I know, but
Tillman, they're not playing Boucher. They're playing Queta and Luka Garza at least last week or last night.
That is a sneaky one, by the way, a sneaky double big situation. Luka Garza.
That's what I said. Wait till the Celtics lineup comes out. They could go double big here.
Garza over Minot.
Over Minot, yeah.
Oh my god. I might not have enough Luka Garza if that's the case.
Yeah, I wish he was actually power forward like they have him listed here, and not center only like they actually is.
He is actually a good fantasy point per minute player for what it's worth. But on the Queta front, yeah, I think Queta would probably be a relatively decent play. I I don't have like much else because you can play. Where's our boy Tony Bradley at 35? So like,
yeah. Ronnie wants the best util at 43. Well,
just miss Russ. Best util 43. Best is it's probably right now Ray J. Dennis would probably be the answer. If Donovan Mitchell sits out, I think Craig Porter Jr. pretty definitively. Right? 4,300.
Yeah, probably.
I
like Klingon, Warren. It's the minutes. They just don't play him a lot.
Yeah, they played him in that first game, right? Like 30, and then everything's kind of been downhill since. I saw like there's like it's like 40% of his shots are threes. I feel like that's very wrong for Donovan Klingon to be shooting that many threes.
I didn't know he was shooting that many threes.
He's just not shooting a lot in general.
Yeah, 50% of his shots.
Dude, look at the shot. Look at the volume. Like, he's bigger than everybody. Just like, wasn't this like, obviously this is not the same. This is what everyone's been saying about Wemby. And now Wemby's going to the rim. He took 20 free throws in a game. You are just bigger than people. Be bigger, like play close to the rim. I'm not saying exclusively, but he's fine.
Okay. Lineup time. How do we approach this with all this pending news, I guess?
We just approach it as if Donovan Mitchell's in, and then we move from there.
All right. Well, then where do you want to start? Do we go Tony Bradley? Are we going?
Probably. It's probably it. Westbrook, Tony Bradley. You want to play Mobley. So I want to play Mobley. You want to play Mobley regardless of.
I was playing Mobley. You
were playing Mobley regardless.
Yeah. I kind of like Hunter anyways too, but obviously now that
I like Hunter. Yeah, I like Hunter regardless. He's just not as good with Donovan, but he's fine with Donovan. Duren has a really high ceiling to Prince. He just needs to stay out of foul trouble. He's at 1.5 fantasy points per minute because he has a 24-18 game. And we don't know that, Anthony. They have not released their starting lineup. They'll release that at about 6:30.
Yeah. What do we do here? Do we like Trey Jones probably get exposure to this Bulls game?
Yeah, if you want to play Trey Jones, that's good.
What's your take? I guess where's our spend up? We have Mobley. What's our?
I like Siakam a lot. So if we're playing Mobley, Siakam, I don't know if we can get to spend up.
I was gonna say Anthony Davis is there.
Well, if we played Siakam AD, we would probably have to play Ray J.
Siakam AD Mobley is 5K a play.
And then you could play Ray J Dennis and then leave. And if that could potentially turn into Craig Porter.
Yeah, 5,500 for shooting guard, small forward.
More than comfortable.
All right, full lineup will go in the Discord for everybody. We are waiting, of course. Jaylen Brown is available to play, of course. I was hoping
that was allowed. That was like you had like a tone change there that I thought.
I thought it popped up to say he was out. I swear to God. No,
we heard the you went like that.
I got excited for a brief moment. I won't lie, because again, now I got to deal with this. I'll probably just go bet the Cavs -2.5. Truthfully, I think they're going to win no matter what. But all right, $5,500. We'll give you a full lineup in the Discord. We appreciate y'all tuning in each and every day. We'll have the preview show out tonight. Short slate on Thursday. Everybody, good luck. We'll see you then.